Malaysia has stopped short of offering support for a refugee processing centre in East Timor. Julia Gillard touched down in Indonesia tonight, the final leg of her short tour of the region. Earlier in Kuala Lumpur, the diplomatic effort didn't go entirely to plan. First, Malaysia's Prime Minister was forced to cancel, and then his deputy requested more information on the so-called Timor solution. Hayden Cooper reports.
The Malaysians put on a full diplomatic display, but there was something missing. The country's leader, the deputy, stood in for Prime Minister Najib, who was struck down with chickenpox.
We want to see him back in full health as soon as possible.
This is Julia Gillard's first bilateral visit to any country. Malaysia's importance in the flow of asylum seekers made it so.
It is complicated, but working together as one in dealing with very common problems of transnational crime, of course, is important for us.
But the plan for an Australian centre in East Timor didn't get a strong endorsement from the nation's deputy leader. Instead, a request for detail.
We discussed just now that we need more information because there's a lot of implications that Malaysia would like to see how we could be, in a way, involved in those exercises. So there are a few outstanding matters that need to be addressed before Malaysia takes its official position in this.
The Prime Minister's not treating it as a setback.
I was very pleased that the Deputy Prime Minister today said that he wanted to keep working through, sharing information.
But when pressed on what information Malaysia wants, she wouldn't answer.
We're sharing information, we're working through, and that will be across any area of information or further dialogue that Malaysia raises.
So the talks ended with an agreement for more talks.
We always expected it would take time and dialogue, sharing information, continuing the dialogue, detailed work, not sloganeering, to further share information and to continue the dialogue, our political and strategic dialogue, our development dialogue, our human rights dialogue. I will be talking across that full range of dialogue.
At home, the effort in dialogue was met with the usual scepticism.
The Prime Minister should not mistake polite conversation at regional forums for any sort of concrete support.
Delicate diplomacy wasn't restricted to Malaysia. In the Adelaide Hills, the immigration minister met disappointed locals about his plan to send asylum seekers there.
The meeting was constructive. Those concerns, of course, some people continue to have concerns, they'll be worked through.
The Prime Minister's now working it through with another reluctant participant, Indonesia. But during another day of diplomacy, she'll keep one eye on events at home.
I'm tipping So You Think, sentimental favourite with Bart Cummings, and given we're in Malaysia, it is a Malaysian-owned horse.
And Tony Abbott.
This is the one day of the year when I have a bet, and I'll probably put it on Desperado with maybe a saver on Bowen. That's my choice.
He'll brave the masses at Flemington for race day. Hayden Cooper, Late Line.